I think this might actually be the best shop in the world, said Trusty Tate. She turned slowly on the spot, smiling at the shelves lined with pet toys, toddlers, and leads, tanks seeming with jewel bright fish, and pans filled with fluffy rabbits and guinea pigs. Her best friend, Rachel Water, ran her hand over a pile of soft puppy beddings. Buttons loves it in here, she said. Most shops do not let dogs in, but here they always make a fuss of him. Trusty darted over to a display of tiny velvet cat collars. These will look so cute on Pearl, she said, running her fingers along the row. Rachel crouched down to look at some dog treats. Then she shook her hand and stood up again. I could spend hours in here, she said, but we have to get on with our errand. Nate is relying on us. Nate was the manager of the Leafy Lane Animal Shelter, where Rachel and Trusty were volunteering for a few days. The shelter had rescued a litter of tiny newborn puppies, and Nate needed lots of help. He had given them a list of things to buy from the pet shop. Trusty took it out of her pocket and read aloud. 5 puppy collars, she said. 1 pack of puppy pads, 1 puppy comb, 1 pack of puppy milk formula. Not so fast, said Rachel, who was pushing the shopping trolley. I'm still looking at the collars. Trusty giggled and came over to help pick 5 colorful collars for the white puppies at the shelter. Red, yellow, pink, green, and blue, she said, as she dropped them into the trolley. They would look like a little rainbow. Soon the trolley was filled with puppy supplies. And last of all, a jumbo pack of sanitizing wipes, said Rachel, adding them to the pile. Goodness, our arms will be aching after carrying all this back to the shelter. Just then they heard a great commotion. People were shouting and dogs were barking and whining. What on earth is going on? Trusty asked. They were near the back of the shop. Then they walked to the end of the aisle. They saw a big archway with the word Puppy Grooming Parlor written in curly red letters. Under the arch were 3 uniformed puppy groomers, swarms of puppies, and a crowd of owners. The groomers and the owners were all shouting and waving their arms around. And as for the puppies, oh my goodness, said Trusty, gasping. There was a border collie whose silky coat had been curled into ringlets and decorated with at least 100 ribbons. Her husky's coat had been gelled into spikes, and an unhappy-looking Pomeranian was modeling an 80s perm. There was a poodle whose toes had been straightened, and an Afghan hound with a very wonky haircut. I am so sorry, one of the groomers kept repeating. I cannot understand what's gone wrong today. Rachel and Trusty shared a worried glance. They knew exactly why the puppy grooming had been such a disaster. As well as volunteering at the shelter, they had been busy helping the puppy care fairies. Naughty Jack Frost had stolen their puppies, as well as the enchanted collars that helped the fairies make their magic. The girls had helped to find Lee the Labrador fairy's puppy, Buddy the Frenchie the Bulldog fairy, Pepper, finally the Labrador fairy's puppy, Buddy, and Frenchie the Bulldog fairy's puppy, Pepper. but two of the puppies were still missing. Until we find Widows and Cleo, everything to do with grooming and training would go wrong, said Rachel. Look at the state of my Japanese Akita. One other woman wailed at the groomers. He's drawn blue. I did not want you to shave all her fur off, a man was complaining, holding a bichon fries wrapped in a blanket. I wish we could help, said Trusty. There's nothing we can do right now, said Rachel. Let's go and pay. Feeling downcast, the girls walked along the toy aisle towards the tills. As they passed a large bucket of chew toys, Trusty stopped in her tracks. What is it? Rachel asked. Trusty pointed at the basket. That squishy octopus is glowing, she whispered. Rachel checked left and right, but there was no one in the aisle. Her fingers tingled with excitement as she picked up the blue octopus. You think it's magic? She asked. As if to answer her question, the glow grew brighter and the toy disappeared. In its place was a tiny, glimmering fairy.